Alright, so welcome back to another video. This video is very interesting. Our garage door is closed. We're not going racing. Today anyways. We went racing last night in Lisbon. And let me tell you, it was an interesting one. I didn't record anything this night either, because like I said, it was chaotic. There was nothing good about this night. So, our weekly maintenance, or our daily maintenance, I should say, between Fergus and Lisbon got condensed into like one morning just because we didn't have Saturday. So, that involved changing gears, washing the car, because in Fergus on Saturday, it was muddy, like it was greasy again. So, we had to pressure wash the car, get it looking all nice again, because Lisbon is never muddy. It's always rubbered up or, slick of some sort. So, we pressure washed the car, changed gears. It all went smooth. We were looking at leaving, about 2 o'clock-ish, which is very rare. We usually leave about 4:15, and we get there about half hour or 15 minutes before the races even start. So for us to be able to leave that early, we were gonna be we were ahead of schedule. But you know how it was really hot this last weekend. I think it was 96 here on Sunday. So me and Dad were like, okay, we'll go in and shower quick. So then we went in and showered. So then we just sat down and started talking to some people who stopped by. And then pretty soon it was 3 o'clock. Then it was 3:30. Then we had to go get. Then we finally hopped in the Suburban and left. But then we had to go get gas. So then by the time we got out of there, it was like 3:45. And then, like all these little things that we did could have given us more time in the end. So we're driving to Lisbon, and just as we're pulling into Lisbon, Dad's like, "You put the lug nuts on the car, right? Like on the tires?" And I said, "No." And he's like, "You're kidding." "No." And I kind of just smiled because I thought he was kidding. And he's like, "You're smiling, you're joking." And I was like, "No, I'm not. I didn't put lug nuts on." He's like, "I didn't either." He's like, "Did you put them in the trailer?" I said, "No, I don't even know where the lug nuts are. I didn't take them off." And he's like, "You're kidding." And I was like, "No, I didn't touch the lug nuts." So we only had 2 lug nuts on each tire, or each rear tire. So we had to go to the parts trailer when we got there and buy some more lug nuts. So that's just how that went. And usually when we get to Lisbon, right when we go up to sign in and get our wristbands, the pit meeting is usually just ending. We are never there on time for the pit meeting. So we go up, we get our wristbands, get our lug nuts, and we come back. And we were just going to throw on this other set of tires because we didn't have time to grind the tires that were on the car from Fergus to Lisbon. And I don't know if you can see this very well, but this tire, you can't really see it. It wasn't a good tire before we put it on this weekend. And then after running it in the rubber for 3 nights, it wasn't good. So we were just going to change tires and move on. But we had 2 bead locks with us, which is the tires you run on the right side. We don't run a bead lock on our right front tire, but we do on the right rear. So we had 2 options for our right rear tire. One gave us too little stagger, and one gave us too much stagger. So that was an issue because we didn't have a right set of tires. So we ended up just saying, screw it, we're going to run these tires. They're kind of junk anyways. And like I said, Lisbon is usually, rubbered up or very, very slick. So it pretty much wears the tires anyways. So we just decided, all right, we'll just run these tires. Anyways, so we get that all done. We're taking our time. We're watching some races. And I start getting all strapped in because the legends were out there. And then I get in, and then Randy Klein comes over and says, "You're after B-Mods." Okay, so I get out. We watch a couple B-Mod races, and I get in. And right here is like our panel. And under here, we have a whole bunch of wires and stuff. We didn't have any. We didn't have it bolted down all the way there. It was literally just sitting on top of here. just sitting on top here. So I can't believe it stayed on all the way to the track. I don't know how, because it was really windy. Somehow it did, and I'm happy it did, because if you lose that piece, you're gonna have to get a new one made, which honestly isn't the end of the world. But throughout that night, it's just gonna get so muddy in there, or dirty, and. But anyways, so I'm like, Mom, get Dad. We need to get bolts in here. So then Dad runs, spends a couple minutes searching for fender bolts. Can't find any. So we're like, crap, we don't have any fender bolts. Or no, he found 2. So he brings the bolts over. Shoot, there's no clips in there. So we didn't have any fender clips to go in there. So I just yelled at Dad. I said, go get some duct tape. So we duct taped it down. And then little do we know, right away when I got home, I was thinking a little bit, and Dad mentioned that we have bolts in the bead lock that, have just been finger tight in there for the last couple nights. They're fender bolts, and there's fender clips in them. We could have just taken it off here, but we're not that smart. So we grabbed duct tape, and we made it work. But right away, as I was backing out, they called the street stocks to the track. And there was only 7 of us there that night, or last night, so there was only 1 heat. So I ended up going on the track the way that people were coming off, just so I could get on there in time, because I started 4th. So I'm going to play the heat race for you now. Enjoy it. It's an intense one. Really got going fast in this one. And enjoy.
Keep going, you got it. Come on.
So, as you've seen there, I don't even know what happened. I think since I was in such a hurry, I was worried about something being wrong, and it almost seemed like we had the chip set at 3,000. It was just weird. Like, it was almost, I was on the gas, but it wasn't going any faster, and it was just popping out the carburetor. So I just decided, you know what, the price it was to come to the racetrack is way cheaper than a new engine. So I said, I was just thinking, I'll pull in, it's a heat race, we'll still get to come to the feature, and so I made it back straight away. So obviously not the happiest thing, I guess you could say. I was really mad because I thought that we forgot, the chip at 3,000. So as I was coming in, I was ripping the duct tape off there, and I popped that thing open, and it was at 6,200. So I was like, shoot, that was not our issue. So then Dad gets over here and he's like, what was wrong? What's wrong? And then, we started digging into it more. And then we realized that day we were adjusting valves because we hadn't done it yet. And we're 10 shows into the year, or I don't even know how many shows. We're 10 to 15 shows into the year. And we hadn't adjusted valves yet. So my dad and Pop Todd did that earlier in the day while I was, just working on some other stuff around the car, just kind of cleaning it up and stuff. But so we went and looked at it, and we had, it took us all from our race to intermission to get it right. We had a couple different people over there helping. It was a good thing that I pulled in, Dad said, because without me pulling in, it would have gotten really hot because it was an intake valve. So that's not good. So I pulled in, and then we adjusted valves like 4 or 5 times, I think. And it took us the whole time. We did it when it was running a couple times, but adjusting valves takes a while. So we spent a long time doing that. But we finally, it was fast just from there to the staging again for the feature. And I'll play the feature for you guys now, but it wasn't too intense. I didn't play much of the feature just because it was rubbered up around the bottom, but our car had speed, and our tires were really bad. So, I mean, but on a track like that, you're not going to go anywhere. You just kind of follow in line. So, I wish I could have made this video a little bit more race, like showing more race stuff, but there wasn't any races to show. So, that's kind of the story of what happened on Sunday. And we got home and went to bed about midnight, and I had weightlifting, so I had to get up at 5:30 in the morning. So, another short night, and I'm kind of tired, so I might go in and take a nap. I'm not going to take a nap. I got to wash the race car. I got stuff to get done. So, I'm going to get my stuff done. We got a wedding to go to this weekend, so there will be no racing on Friday or Saturday, but we will be at the Steffes Street Select Tour on Sunday in Lisbon. So, don't expect a video, or only expect one video next week. And maybe, maybe we'll see if there's something that we can do to get another video out next week. But, like I said, intense night, no downtime, and just a night where, we learn to double check our stuff before we leave. I don't know why we're always late, but it just seems like we are. But anyways, that's going to wrap up this intense weekend of racing. 3 shows, 3 nights. First time I've ever raced 3 shows in a week, in a big car anyways. But loved it. I just wish that we raced like the Outlaw guys, 5 days a week. Sounds like a blast. But, really, I got to thank my family and everybody who came over to help. Like I said, crazy night, but we got through it. We were looking forward to this next week to get to run with the best of the best guys and just getting able to improve that much more. So that's gonna end the video, and boom, 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 out go the lights.